The first thing that we need to do is to understand the design. Assuming that the design is coming from a different person and you are a developer and you've been handed this to create. In this case, I was the one who was creating or designing this awesome UI. In case you didn't know, I am Matthew, the designer and developer from South Africa. I call myself the hybrid. I've got huge experience in design and development. So instead of you analyzing, I am going to tell you what I was thinking when I was creating these two versions of the card so that we can get the context. But in real life, should you be confused about a design, please contact the designer and ask them, what is this? What do you mean by this? Can I change this? Can I change that? Some time ago, I wanted to create my own component library like Shatsi and maybe Material UI and others. But that project didn't pick up. Let me just say it failed. However, I had some designs that I kept when I was trying to conceptualize the whole component library. And these, it's some sort of two from that collection. In case you might want a Figma file, please check it in the asset in this file, or I will just paste a link in the description. So what is going on here? Based on the look of this UI, you can somewhat have an idea of where this component live. This component is part of a shopping website. Okay, let's say we've got a shopping website and this is a card item or an item card. So what do I mean by that? This is a product that we are selling, and based on this icon you can see this symbolizes a price tag. So this tells you that this is 350. By the way, I'm based in South Africa. This R stands for South African rand. Feel free to modify it and change it according to your own currency. So as you can see, this is the price. Okay, so here this is more like a small description or information that you are going to present to the customer. You never know when it comes to shopping applications. There is a lot going on. There is 50% off sale, there is a peak season, there is a lot of things. So this just represent that. Okay, so please ignore this 20% interest. Okay, it might be 20% interest, if I can be honest, because based on a shopping application that I'm using here from South Africa, you can even some sort of buy things on credit and then you will pay a certain interest. So this might apply as is. So as you can see here, this is the description of the item description. So this item, you can add it to cart, you can like if you want to, and as you can see here, you can increase the quantity or you can decrease it. Okay, so one of the things that I see here, okay, which might be misleading, even though I'm the one who was designing this, remember I said I was giving myself a picture of a card component without the context. Okay, so that's why you might see some things which don't really, what can I say, fit the ideal purpose. For instance, like interest. Maybe the word 20% interest, you are used to it when it comes to banks and money. So please bear with me and understand that I was going to create a library here. So the context wasn't that much important, because once in your own thinking you infuse the context, that means your components are not going to be reusable, meaning that they will always carry with them the financial context or the shopping cart context or the accounting context. So one of the things that I'm noticing now in terms of experience, let's talk about this quantity. Okay, as you can see, this quantity is plus 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 minus minus minus. Let's say I've got 6 here. As a user, if I see one pair, okay, or if I see one shoe, okay, let's say the left or the right one, I have an idea of if I am clicking 6 here, I'm going to get 6 of these. Okay, obviously somebody might be like, no, shoes comes in pairs. I understand that, but if you want to provide the best user experience, please make sure that you visually represent that. Okay, visually represent it. So I was supposed here, if I was context conscious, I was supposed to have put at least two shoes or a pair, so that you can have an idea that you are not going to get 6, you are going to get 12, double that. Okay, so these are the things that maybe as a developer, if you've got some insight as to what needs to be changed, you can talk to the designer and say, what if maybe we can put a pair of shoes here? So that is the reason for this lesson. So as you can see, guys, this is a kite item or a shopping item. Okay, anything can go here as an item. So once you click add to cart, okay, this will, let's say, transform to this one. Okay, so as you can see, guys, this is somewhat the same as this one, but this is somewhat a slightly different version. Okay, so when you click here and add this to cart, so in your cart list, this will be there. This means that you've got these 6 items that you have chosen here, and now here are they. Okay, let's say you've got other items that you have chosen, then obviously they will form a list here. There will be another card which is like this one. So now I hope you are starting to get the context, because it is very important. Okay, it will help you to design the best UI and also a reusable one, and at the same time you are going to create compound components that are very easy to understand, to modify, and to maintain. So let's continue. So when you click here, you will get this, okay, in your cart item. Obviously, you know that anything that is in the cart, you can remove it from the cart, and then obviously in the overall application, the sum total will change. Okay, so you can click here to remove it, or you can even increase or decrease the quantity. That is all for this lesson. See you on the next one.